Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67. I just want to turn the camera on today. I'm in the middle of making some new ephemera bundles for my Etsy store. And one challenge that I've set for myself this year is to try and mass make. I'm not usually a crafter that makes many things at once. I kind of like concentrate on a project and then go on to the next one, but you don't get very productive that way. So I've wanted to do a little bit of mass making on these large loaded pockets, ephemera bundles. So I thought I'd turn the camera on. I want to make one more. And they're a really easy, simple idea to create. And I think they're just a lovely idea. This one is completed. So it's a two pocket ephemera holder. And as you can see, it does hold a lot of ephemera. So you've got your front pocket and the next pocket. And in this one, this has been made with beautiful Minte paper. Love Letters is the name of the paper pad pack. Really, really nice, good quality, sturdy cardstock or scrapbooking paper. But yeah, so in this one I've got a little journal card. This has all been made with this same paper line, so it's all one theme, and it's like love letters. So yes, we've got a little journal card. I've made these little acetate windows with little journal cards inside. This is another little acetate window, and it's got a little journaling card with a dangle on the front and a bit of a vintage button. Ever since getting this slide card die, I just love it. So I've made some slide cards. This one here is a little notebook with some coffee stained paper inside. And then we have a large tag with a dangle and a vintage button and some doily, and then a medium-sized tag as well. So that's what's in that bundle. And then I said about making a second one, and this is all with the Tim Holtz backdrop papers and so forth. And yeah, this is more about postage and that type of thing. So again, this one isn't finished yet. So I'm just putting together some tags. I've got some vintage photographs, another tag I'm going to decorate. A little note pocket, a note card with a little postcard stamp on the front. And then in the front pocket of this one again, I've just got a little specimen card, a couple more photographs, and another couple of those cards. So, and again, it's your your two pocket. They're a really nice size. They are great if you are sending happy mails or gifts because they sit quite flat for postage. With the two pockets, you can get quite an amount of ephemera inside without them becoming too bulky. And they even look really lovely if you had a journal and you wanted a focal piece on the front of your cover of your journal, so they look really nice there. Or if your journal's large enough, they can be a nice insert inside as well. So I want to make one more and continue on my mass making journey. So I just thought I would turn the camera on and show you just how easy it is to create these little loaded pockets. Okay, so I've got my measurements sitting there. So you can cut this down from one sheet of 12 by 12, which is what I did for this one. Or this one, I'm just going to do some paper piecing because I've got some already cut scraps. So I thought I'm going to use them up, and the measurements worked well. So you just, out of your chosen patterned papers, you just want to basically choose your back. And that is just one straight solid piece. And once you've chosen your design for your back, then you just want to cut it down. If you choose my measurements, you could adapt this project to any measurements. You just have to, play with it a little bit. But I'm going to cut this one at 7 inches high. So I'm just going to load that up with my 7. Cut that through there. And then I'm going to go 5 inches wide. I think 5 inches is a nice width for these. And so there. So that's our backing backing piece. So there's nothing more we need to do with that. Simple and easy. And so then we come down to the pockets. Now I've got two the same, so I'm just going to alternate here, and I'm going to use the backing as the next pocket. So the next piece you want to cut at 4.5 high. So if you're using a directional paper, this is where you probably want to pay good attention to the direction that your paper, the pattern on your paper runs. So this one we're cutting to 4.5 high, and all of these bits and pieces comes in handy because that size there would make a really nice tag. And then I want to cut this at 6. Oh, I cut it wrong. Silly me. All right, so we need one more piece of paper. Just bear with me. What have I got here? Those colours could work well. Yeah, green on green. And see, that's as easy as it is to muck up. But a very good piece of advice that I was given was it is only paper and glue. So if you make a mistake, it's not a mistake. So we're going to go do this again. So we're going to go, I just made a better check. That is, yeah. So I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do my width measurement first. So that's 6 inches wide across. And then I'm going to cut that down to 4.5 high. Like so. That's your first pocket. And then your second pocket, I've just got some patterned paper from that same paper line. This one we want to go at 6 inches wide. So we'll do the width first. 6 inches wide. And look at that, that's a great tag too. And then this one is 2.5 inches high. So just line it up at 2.5 and then trim it straight down there. And again, another base for a nice tall skinny card or bookmark or anything, tag or bookmark. All right, so that's the cutting done. And I'm just going to bring in my scoreboard. So with these pockets, I just want to give them a sort of extra area on the sides, like a flip, so that I can, when I create the pocket, it just gives it a little bit more room with those like gusseted areas on the side. So I don't need to do that with my backing piece. That is right just as it is. So with my first pocket, I'm just going to score it. I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch on one side and 5.5 inches on the other side. So it's a 6 inch wide piece. We're scoring at 5.5 and 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do exactly the same measurements on the 2.5 inch pocket. We're going to score it at 1/2 inch on this side and 5.5 inches there. I can pop that away. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold in those flaps like that and like that. And I'm just going to miter off those tiny corners there of the flap section just on the top, just so that when they get tucked behind, you can't really see them. I'll do the same with this one. Like so. All right, so then bring in my backing piece, and this one here is going to sit like so, and this one here is going to sit over the top of that like that, lining it up of course. And there you have it, a 2-pocket loaded pocket, and you can stick all sorts of ephemera pieces in there. So I normally would sew around this whole lot, and I like the sewing look, but for the video I'm just going to forfeit the sewing and we'll just stick this one together. So I'm going to give it some ink. Give all 3 pieces some ink. Don't need to worry so much about that bottom area of the second one because you won't see it. And I'll give the backing sheet some ink. like that. And then we'll stick them all together. Now I'm going to use art glitter glue because this is a fairly decent strength cardstock, and there's a lot of layers, and I find art glitter glue to be the best for these sorts of situations. So all I'm going to do is put some glue down the side of each flap. Art glitter glue does have a tendency of going everywhere, so you probably want to go a little bit less than more. And then, yeah, just a fine bead just along that edge. And then I'm just going to fold those flaps in, line it up with the bottom edge of my backing card. Like that. And, yep, just basically stick it down. Like so. And that's your first pocket. And then again, the same process with this 2.5 inch pocket. Just some glue there and some glue there. And a tiny bit of glue just along the bottom edge. I could put a gusset along that bottom edge too, but then that would create just that little bit more bulk, and I think for ease of sending in the mail, because postage isn't cheap, just kind of keep that little bit of bulk out. And there you go. Now I'm just going to secure those into place with some clips at the moment until that glue dries. Because that is quite an amount of bulk there. And then when it's all said and done and all dry, then I'll probably come back with the sewing machine and just sew around the complete edge. I'll just forfeit these the pocket edges. But yeah, like on this one here, on both of those actually, I don't know if you can see that, but I've sewn along the edges of each pocket and then sewn around the complete perimeter. So, yeah. And that's pretty much that. That's as easy as it is. Like I said, you can make bigger sizes, smaller sizes. It's all the same principle. You've just got to work out your measurements to accommodate your heights. And, yeah, and then once you've made some ephemera, yeah, you can just load it all in. These are going to be great for tags. The leftover pieces, that's another nice tag as well. And then I'll slip in some, oh look, I've got a little, a little cutout file folder that could go nicely in there. I've used up all my specimen cards, but I'll definitely cut some more because I want some specimen cards in there. What else? What else have we put in? Oh yeah, a little notebook again. I'll make one of these little notebooks. They were really simple. So yeah, it houses quite an amount. And like I said, it's a great idea if you're a lover of sending happy mails. Ephemera bundles are very popular a very popular product in the Etsy store. So that's why I need to get some more stocks in there. And there you go. Just quick, simple, easy ideas that can, like I said, insert them into your journals, put them on the covers. Yeah, just a really nice idea. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope someone finds this useful. Here we are, Monday morning again, another week ahead. It's extremely hot, so I'm sort of fingers crossed for a bit of a thunderstorm, hopefully, as long as there's no damage. But anyway, that's it for me today. So stay safe and stay well, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.